Hello and welcome to Inventor 2013. For this tutorial we're going to go through the steps on using a loft to make a toothbrush. First thing is we're going to go New and select a standard IPT file and go Create. The thing with a loft is that you need multiple sketches on multiple planes to create the whole loft. So first thing let's do is rotate this slightly and we're going to turn on our XY plane. Right click, turn on the visibility. So we can see there's our plane. Now we're going to make a series of new planes. So we click on plane, move it off. Each one of these planes we're going to put at 1 inch. So there's 1 inch, another one at 1 inch, another one at 1 inch. So we've got 5 work planes there for a 5-inch toothbrush. Let's add one more at 1, and there's the planes representing our toothbrush. The next thing we need to do is start sketching the different cuts of the toothbrush. So we're going to go create 2D sketch on that first plane, and we're just going to draw a small circle using the end point, and yeah, we'll do about a 1/4 inch. There we go. So that's going to be the end of our toothbrush. Finish sketch. Create new sketch. Now we're going to start getting into the actual shape. So let's do an ellipse, and we'll do this ellipse, getting a little bigger this way, and finish sketch. We'll create a new sketch again, get more into what the handle's going to look like. So we'll go one more ellipse, we'll make a little bigger ellipse going there, and we'll go just out to the size of that first one. Finish sketch. We'll create a new sketch. This should be the other part of our handle. So instead of an ellipse this time, we can round it out a bit. And this shape's all going to be up to you guys. So a little bigger. Finish sketch so we start seeing the shape coming up. And now let's get a little smaller on this one because we're going to taper down on that handle. And we'll go back to an ellipse. There we go. And our last one's going to be for the end of the toothbrush. So we'll draw on there. Now this one's a little different because the end of the toothbrush is going to be rectangular. We're going to draw a rectangle. And we're going to have to add dimensions. So we'll dimension from that line to the center point. And we'll make that point 125. From that line to the center point. And we'll make that point 125. And we're going to measure from here to the center point. And we'll make this 0.25. And from this one to the center point. And we can also use 0.25 by just clicking there, and it carries the dimension over. So there's our shape. Finish sketch. And you can see we've got our different planes. The next thing we need to do is start the loft. So we come up here to our create tool and grab loft. There we go. We'll move this out to the side. And now we just need to pick our sketches. And you'll see as I go, it's going to start to derive the loft from the sketch. So there's the shape of our toothbrush. I click OK, and you can see it's formed there. I can go back and I can turn off the visibility on my different work planes. So we'll just go down the stack here, open them all up, visibility, turn off the visibility, and again, and again. So you can see the shape of our toothbrush. Now, square-ended toothbrush, we could add a fillet onto that just to clean it up a bit. There's our fillet. This is a bit big, so let's bump it down to a 1/16 of an inch and see what happens. 0.625. Looks like that's going to work. So a nice rounded end. And now for the very end of the toothbrush. We could have done this with the Loft, but it's just as easy to go create 2D sketch. And we'll make another rectangle on that sketch, just matching the first one. Finish sketch, and we can extrude that out about 1 inch for the toothbrush. And that gives us that end piece. Now, we've got some sharp edges here, which you probably don't want on your gums, so let's go fillet. Grab those sharp edges at the bottom. Like so, and we'll do that. So that's all nice and rounded off. And we should probably do the top as well, so let's go fillet again. Around the top, and let's go a bit smaller this time. We'll bring that down to 3. There we go, so no sharp edges. Okay, now, right now this isn't much of a toothbrush, so let's take a look at the top of it, create a new sketch, and I'm just going to draw 1 bristle. Mouse in, find my center, oh, there it is, just go up a little bit, draw my bristle, and let's dimension that. 0.0, let's go 0.02 of an inch. And we'll finish that sketch. We can extrude this. Move that to the side. We'll pick that. We'll extrude it the length of 1/2 inch. Don't want 1 inch toothbrush. And we'll click the check mark. And you can see we've got a bristle. Now, 1 bristle is not going to do very much when you're brushing your teeth, so let's make a pattern. I'm going to click on my rectangular pattern. I click my feature. There it is. And now I can start entering some data. So direction, I want to go along it. And I want to go the other way, so I can use that to flip it. And direction 2 is going to be here. And I want to go both ways on direction 2, so I check that box. Now, we don't want them 1 inch apart. Let's say we want them 0.7. Sorry, not 0.7, 0.07. And we'll go 0.07 over here as well. Keep those bristles nice and tight. Now, we need more than 2 bristles on our brush. So let's play around with some numbers here and see. Let's try 7 first. 7 down, it's not quite going to cut it. Let's try 18. That's too many. So we just play at this number until it looks right. So 14 looks like it'll work. We'll try 7 here. Little warning there just in case so we don't make a mistake. So 7 that way, and we can see we're starting to get a toothbrush. We click OK, and now we've got the bristles on the end of that brush. Throw that on the 3D printer, and you're brushing your teeth. So that's a quick tutorial on lofting and on using a pattern, or a rectangular pattern, to make those bristles.